Welcome back to another episode of Not for the Weak-Minded. This episode is more to do with my drawing and showing you essentially how the global earth model has been stitched together using multiple techniques to create images over time, of which then they have hidden but then sometimes not. And so each year I'll know someone who works for NASA, whoever is working for Google is in fact revealing things each time that gets updated. Small bits. And so I'm just going to show you first of all that, hold on, let me go to the map version. This is what it looks like. And so this on my drawing is here, essentially. Where we're going, we're literally on this bit here. So it's like here. What I'm going to show you is, obviously I use this to follow the coast, so all the points on the map are actually from this map, you know, from the coast, just putting it on the line. Anyway, back to satellite, and you see how things have changed. Now arguably, you know, through the years these things have stitched together to make one image. And, well, if we zoom in, this is what we see. It starts to get patchy, and in this left area, it's completely white with stripes, and, you know, doesn't show much detail. And yet this one up here most definitely does. And this is what I'm talking about. You can look through time where things reveal more than they want you to see, but it's clearly there. So this patch here, look, it's all about different methods essentially of mapping and how it's been stitched together. So we're going to go into this area. Hold on, I'm going to change hands. And we are going to go up here and we're going to look at what we can see. Now, first of all, what you see is a very strange landscape with all these lines in it. But also, if you look carefully near my arrow, just above it, you can see two buildings. And there are other things to be said about this image. Now, the reason why I've showed you this is, first of all, obviously to show you that it's done through stitching images together over time, and that they actually hide things, you know, through the masking of the globe earth model itself. And that you have to literally look deeper into the land to actually look at what's there, of which I believe this is meant to be, you know, ocean, supposed to be, the ice wall, and yet there's land with a river going through it. Next to, right, this is the part that you need to understand about the ancient past and the creation stuff. Next to big buildings, which, if you look into Michael Tellinger's work, you know, in South Africa, the free energy devices, this has to do with that, absolutely. This has to do with free energy. And when you understand what you're looking at in a sec, it plays a key role in changing your perception about the ancient past. To be precise, that they had electricity. because these things are power plants that used to run on water, that used to give free clean wireless energy so that they could use machines. And so the things I'm going to show you now is evidence that these devices here were built to power machines. This is not easy to do with one hand. I'm trying to do it with my left hand now. I'm going to change my hand. Essentially we'll go up and you'll see like this weird landscape. Now it looks all scarred up, but it's when you look closer you'll be able to see that actually it's like sand and it's engineered. Looks like a road. Like dragon glass. Oh, I can't remember where it was. I should have tried to mark it up to pictures of what I see. But if you look across the earth, there's terracing essentially, and across South America and across the entire earth. And this is very indicative of terracing, I believe. And there was a specific area. Either way, this is an interesting area, to say the least. But like this stuff, you know, it looks just like machine worked, like tracks or something, you know. It kind of looks like there's trackways across the entire earth, like these, like this. Now obviously this is just two-dimensional, so you're setting an overview, bird's eye view, but it's when you take it into the 3D it gets interesting. Now I can't, I'm gonna need to almost put my phone down to do that. Hold on. I had to stop it because I needed two hands to change the angle. But anyway, I'm back. So what can we see? We can see that it's levels, almost terracing like. Let's go back a sec. And those are the two buildings there, look. And there are more buildings going along the river, this channel. But this is all indicative of machining in the past. It may look odd, but if you look at the distant images, you can see that it's definitely like some kind of, you know, definitely work is going on here with machines. And there's a power plant right there. Now let me just take you down the river, shall we? People must bear in mind that I've been looking at archaeological stuff for a long time, and I've been doing the aerial observation stuff for at least 4 years now, maybe more. See, there's work here. Work's been going on here. Canal or something. And all the stonework to me looks like parts of buildings that used to be there at one point on this plane. Because if there's more than one building, I found that's like clear as day as that we've just shown you. think I found a UFO crash site as well. Not in this area. There's something interesting over there, but we'll go back to that. They look like giant steps. See if you look. It's very step-like, isn't it? Definitely looks creative, like a rampart or something. There's another building here. Zoom in on it. Right there. Another one here. More buildings. But essentially, you know, there's civilization everywhere in the Antarctic. I found more earlier after I found this, which I'll probably try and show you next. It's not easy doing it one hand. But there's another one. I'm just trying to show you that if you look through time at certain areas, you can see certain things, which most definitely should make you question everything. Another building. Boom. There it is, 74. Right, let's zoom in on that for you. Right there, look. And you see these trackways again on the other side of the river. And there's so much stuff, man, like so much going on. And then watch it just change and disappear already. Oop, like it was never there before, you know? So they've been hiding stuff using this technique, you see, but also at the same time showing you what can be seen. So there's a lot to do to prove that the Earth is nothing to what the globe Earth model, and it's going to be more like what I can imagine it to be. As a lot of this stuff you see is masking what is there really. Please share, like and subscribe.